Hey, how y'all doing? And thanks for tuning into Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, and custom stuff like this here golf cart. What you're looking at is some chasing addressable LEDs. We put all around the lid of this particular golf cart for one of our good clients. They do all kinds of different stuff. We can change all the colors and do all this different things. And I tried to make it as dark as I can in here, but you can see it bouncing off the wall there and a little bit off the floor. So this is going to make this golf cart a lot of fun for him at night. Cool little project. The other thing we did with this golf cart was we added a kicker soundbar to it. There's a little better look at the lights. Now, we chose to put them up in the canopy just because it'll cast the light kind of all around the cart, all around the ground. And we might add some underneath the cart directly on the ground, but this was just more enjoyable. This is a guy and his family. They're just using the cart to have some fun. So they'll be tooling around the neighborhood and such. And the kids are really going to like to be able to look at the lights while they're riding in it. They can look up and see them changing all the different colors and stuff. So we just ran them around the perimeter of the whole canopy on the top and worked out really well. It's a little bit bright in the shop ambient because it's a bright sunny day and we have the skylights, so I can't quite make it pitch black in here, or I could really show you how well it lights up the ground around it when it's totally dark. There's nothing super fancy about these strips. It's just a typical addressable LED kit that you can get, and we just put it across, all around the car here. The cart in the front there, we went in front of the windshield. So let me turn the lights on and show you a little bit about that sound bar. All right, with the shop lights back on, we can zoom in here a little bit, and I can kind of show you a little bit more how we did the sound bar there. All righty, so what you're looking at right there is a kicker sound bar, and we fabricated our own mount for it. It's mounted actually on a real thick piece of aluminum L angle bolted to the front supports there. I didn't want to hang that sound bar off of the plastic roof at all. We ran the wiring down. This cart also got brand new batteries while it was here, so we renewed all 6 batteries. We put in a DC to DC converter for the 45 volt system to drop it down to 12. That's running the kicker right there. We got a 30 amp converter running that kicker soundbar and the LEDs that are around the cart. Now, we may or may not add some subwoofers to this in the future, but for now, this Bluetooth kicker soundbar mounted right above the rearview mirror there worked out really nice. Here you can kind of see that bracket right up here that we made, and if we fold the windshield down, which I was careful to also not interfere with the windshield action, the windshield folds down if preferred, and that way you can get a little better look here at this aluminum bracket right here. It's 1/8 inch aluminum 2x2, and we notched it so it would slide right in between there, bolted it through bolt on each side, 2 through bolts on each side, and then the soundbar itself has 4 bolts that normally have roll bar clamps on them, but this vehicle doesn't have any roll bars, so we did not use the roll bar clamp. We actually used the 4 bolts to bolt it right down to that aluminum L angle. Alrighty, see those 4 bolts on the bottom right there? Those are the included bolts that came with the soundbar. We had to drill the L angle to mount it to it, but it worked out really nicely. And then you can see up here on the corner, the wiring for the soundbar comes right here, and we ran it right down, straight down this pillar. And down here, we've drilled 1 hole, put a grommet in it, or a 3/4 grommet, and we ran the wiring down here, and it goes, of course, underneath the cart and comes up in the battery compartment over there. What we also did is we popped our auxiliary input right out of the harness here and ran it right around here, and we put it in the dashboard. Now, it is Bluetooth, so you probably won't need the auxiliary input, but there's an auxiliary 3.5 input if you have an old school phone that you needed to plug in that way to this particular speaker. Or it also has an amplifier, an auxiliary output, a line out to run more amplifiers. We ran that to the battery underneath the seat. There we go. You can see a little better right there. So we ran that line out to the battery compartment underneath the seat, where we may later add another amp and possibly a subwoofer to the back of this cart just for a little bit of low end. So if you like golf carts, you can see how this one turned out. I think it turned out real cool. I like the solid colors myself. There's a couple of modes in here where you can go from solid color to solid color. I think I would do that. This particular setup has so many patterns. I think there's 120 or so different patterns of what you can do as far as how to make the lights flash. So it'll do all kinds of different stuff. As you can see, that one there is kind of a chase pattern. Here we have another chase pattern if you prefer that. all kinds of different kinds of colors and different patterns and everything you could ever really want. And if you even want to just go white, you can go white if you like. I like teal myself, seems to be my preferred color on most of the builds I do. And as you see, it definitely lights up the ground all around the cart. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings with this unique build. A little bit, this is actually a 2018 Ingersoll Rand Genesis 250. If you needed to know that, that's what this cart is. Come with a factory headlight, factory tail lights. And as I said, all we did here was the DC-DC converter, the sound bar, the LED lighting, new batteries, spruced it up, made sure everything was good to go. And now it can go back to the owner and have all kinds of fun this spring, summer, and fall. Thanks again for tuning into Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, van, buses, bicycles, tricycles, SUVs, pickup trucks, locomotives, wheelchairs, and golf carts too. You want it done nice? Bring it on in. We'll take care of you.